Chapter 1. Beyond the Cycle Trails. Summer was in full swing, with the sun shining brightly and the waves gently lapping against the shores of Beacon Bay. Finn, Avery, and Lila, the Beacon Bay sleuths, were excited about a cycling picnic to the small woods near the lighthouse. The woods were famous for their hiking trails, which wound through forests, past streams, and up to a scenic viewpoint. The trio had been planning this picnic for weeks, eager to explore the natural beauty of their coastal town. The morning sun cast a warm glow as Finn, Avery, and Lila eagerly dragged their bikes out of the garage, chatting about their plans for the day. "I can't wait to explore the forest trails," Finn nodded enthusiastically. "Yeah, but let's not forget to check our bikes first," he reminded them, taking a glance at his bike. As they gathered around their bikes, Finn took the lead. "All right, team, before we hit the trails, let's make sure our bikes are ready to roll." Avery nodded, chiming in. "I'll give the brakes a quick test. I don't want any surprises there." Lila nodded in agreement. "And I'll inspect the chain and drivetrain can't have any hiccups on the trail." Finn added, "While you're at it, Lila, check the seat height and alignment. Comfort is key." With their checklist in hand, they went over their bikies, ensuring everything was in top-notch condition for their adventure ahead. Avery's mom came out with a bag full of snacks for the journey. Excited and ready, they set off on their adventure, looking forward to a fun day ahead. As they pedaled through the winding paths, Finn remarked, "The woods look even more beautiful in the summer, don't they?" Avery nodded. "Definitely, and the weather is perfect for a picnic." Lila added, "I can't wait to see the view from the top of the hill." Finn smiled. "Remember the last time we went hiking here? We found that old abandoned cabin." Avery laughed. "Yeah, and we thought it was haunted." As they remembered past adventures, they wondered what mysteries this summer held. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting shadows on the forest floor. The air was filled with the scent of pine and earth, and the sound of birds filled their ears. Despite the beauty, the trio began to feel the exhaustion of their journey. "Whew, these trails are tougher than I thought," Avery panted, wiping sweat from her brow. Lila, ever the optimist, chimed in, "And we can always break for snacks." With a laugh, they found a clearing to rest. Avery spotted something lying on the ground. "Hey, what's that?" she exclaimed, pointing to a brownish object half buried in the dirt. The trio got off their bikes and approached the object with curiosity. Finn picked it up and examined it closely. "It's a walkie-talkie," he announced, turning it over in his hands. "It looks pretty battered, though." Lila, with a curious look, asked, "Yeah, I've seen them before, but how do they work exactly?" Finn, being the elder and more knowledgeable one, explained, "Think of them like mini-phones, but without the wires or towers. When you talk into one walkie-talkie, it sends your voice through radio waves to the other one." And Lila asked, "So we can talk to each other even this far away from town?" Finn nodded and explained, "That's the cool part. They can communicate even if there's no cell service out here in the woods. It's like having a secret line just for us." Lila peered over his shoulder. "Do you think it still works?" Finn shrugged. "Only one way to find out." He pressed the power button, and to their surprise, the walkie-talkie lit up. As they listened intently, a faint crackling sound filled the air, accompanied by intermittent bursts of static that crackled and hissed like whispers in the wind. Suddenly, amidst the static, a voice emerged, faint but distinct. "Is anyone there?" it said, the words barely audible over the interference. The trio exchanged puzzled looks, their hearts racing with a mixture of excitement and apprehension at the mysterious voice in the forest. "Who's talking?" Finn asked, looking around. Then there was dead silence. The gadget had conked off. The trio looked at each other with puzzled looks. Avery grinned mischievously. "Maybe it's a ghost trying to communicate with us." Lila rolled her eyes. "Don't be silly, Avery. It's probably just someone messing around with a walkie-talkie." Avery laughed. Yeah, or maybe it's an alien trying to contact us from outer space. The trio burst into giggles, imagining all sorts of ridiculous scenarios. They continued to fiddle with the knobs on the walkie-talkie to catch the voice again, but with no luck. Then they decided to hand it over to the park ranger on their way back. As the sun started to set, casting long shadows through the trees, the trio made their way towards the ranger cabin. The sounds of the forest seemed to grow spookier. "Are you guys hearing things too?" Lila whispered. Finn tried to lighten the mood. "Yeah, it's just the trees gossiping about us," he added. "Do you know they say park rangers are the ultimate outdoorsmen?" Avery asked. "Why is that?" "Because they're trailblazers," laughed Finn. With their nervous laughter echoing through the woods, the trio continued their journey, determined to reach the ranger's ranch before sunset.